weer, dan gaan we survivalen in. Iets op die tafel.
Wat is zijn naam?
De naam is Christy, mevrouw.
Wat is jouw naam?
Mijn naam is Eseltjiesrus.
Aan wie behoort die paard?
Weer behoort aan Derek.
Hoe lang werk jij met hem?
Je weet wat toen hier komt mama.
Technology for you. Give us a moment. We'll get the clip going.
The video clip's played, Karen.
Sorry. Hi, guys. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Cartors, hosted by Marika and I. Hey, Marika.
Hi, Karen.
We're clearly having, well, I'm having internet connection issues, so please bear with me and with us today. But grab a cup of coffee and enjoy the next 20 minutes or so with us. You won't be disappointed. Once again, due to social distancing, it is rather difficult to hear what the Carty is saying. And Inspector Gianna films with his cell phone. But we love to show you using Carty and appreciate their horses. This is dedicated to inspire. We'd like to thank Dr. Johnson, Dr. Lauren Brewis, and Tanya Crone. Their time and it shows us that we indeed rock. And holding down to long and successful careers. Folks, our AGM will be going virtually this year, so please dive the date, the 12th of October 2021 at 6 p.m. We would love to see you all there and show you what we've been up to over the last year. I'll be on 5th of August to Philippa Johnson's absolute delight and seeing Kayla Field in the Olympian Stadium. Wow, her smile could not get even bigger and looks so proud in that beautiful stadium. The Paralympics began yesterday, so please support Team SA.
Oh, dear. Karen did say that she had connection issues. I think we've lost her, but she's coming back.
Which I am sure you have all seen. Kaylee spoke out against the coach from Team Germany, who was disqualified from the remainder of the games, and rightly so. After striking poor Saint Boy with her fist during the women's modern pentathlon, Kaylee took to Instagram account and condemned the coach, Kim Razor, and rider Annika Schlu, writing, "This rider and her trainer are a disgrace. I'll buy that horse outright and show it the life it should have. Name your price. This will be an issue." Today, folks, we have another book for you. We will be talking to Annemarie from Eseltjiesrus Donkey Sanctuary. We will be telling you all about another interesting story down from the movie Shrek.
If you've just tuned in, you are watching Coffee with Cartles, and we are thrilled to have you with us on this glorious Wednesday afternoon. Please like and follow us on Facebook and YouTube, and don't feel shy to hit that share button. Tell us where you're tuning in from in the comments section so that we can know where you're from and say hello.
For the issue.
Oh dear, we've lost Karen. She was trying to introduce Annemarie, who's always had horses in her life. Annemarie and her husband moved to McGregor to retire in 2000 and brought along her riding horse. The SPCA spotted them and asked them to take in 2 neglected donkeys, and this led to the idea of a donkey sanctuary, which was established in 2007. It looks like Karen is coming back on.
After 20 years after arriving at their home in McGregor.
Did for a bit there.
Annemarie is
So,
also Annemarie is also the Donkey for Africa editor, along with Peter. The online publication has now grown to have context in 21 different African countries, bringing the plight of working donkeys into our homes. My dogs ignored the brief to not bark during this interview.
Annemarie, thank you so much for the time that you're giving us today. Where did your passion for donkeys come from?
Thank you very much for inviting me. I've always had horses in my life. I rode since I was a young girl, and later I was privileged enough to get my own horse, which was an off-the-track thoroughbred, very, very difficult horse. He taught me so much, and he was very difficult to manage. And I did everything to make his life good. And he kept looking down his nose at me and saying, try harder. And then we moved to McGregor, and he came along, and the local SPCA spotted us and asked us to take in 2 donkeys that were very badly neglected. And I thought, horses, donkeys, what's the difference? But I very quickly learned there are a lot of differences. And they are so humble, and they're so grateful. It was quite a change from this very difficult horse that I had.
Yeah, that sort of answers my next question. What makes donkeys unique from other equines? Why are they so special?
I think partly because they have such negative attributes given to them by people who don't understand them. We know that they're considered to be stupid, stubborn, have a low status. Even in the cart society, you've said yourselves that donkey people prefer to have a horse or a pony.
Yes.
Donkeys have a very low status. And they are actually such wonderful, intuitive, humble animals. And yes, you get a few difficult ones who've been badly traumatized, who don't trust people. But we find generally that once they trust and they know that they're safe, they are incredibly humble and grateful. And they're such hard workers in communities where they are still used as working animals. They will literally work almost until they drop. And
Wow.
they're easy to manage by children and by women, who often are the ones who have to do the agricultural work. So they really earn their place in society, and they deserve a lot more respect than they often get.
You wear 2 hats. You're both the editor for Donkeys for Africa, and you're a founding member of Eseltjiesrus Donkey Sanctuary. How did the sanctuary get started?
Well, the sanctuary got started, as I mentioned a little bit. My husband and I moved to McGregor right at the end of 1999, and along came our riding horse. And then the local SPCA spotted us and said, here are 2 donkeys that need attention. Would you take them? So they moved in with us. We call them Fal in Yapi. Fal Yapi is the colloquial name for very cheap red wine. It's also the name of a tractor, interestingly enough. And when
I learned to drive on a Fal Yapi. Yes.
Good for you. And then I realized that a lot of people had never seen donkeys. People would say, can I bring my grandchildren to pet your donkeys? And we got asked about other donkeys in need. And then I realized there was a need for a sanctuary, because once a donkey can't work anymore, the owners generally can't afford to look after it. So sometimes, sadly, it just gets turned out in the veld and left to its own devices. And this made us aware of the need for a donkey sanctuary.
Mm-hmm. You've spoken about how donkeys serve in their communities, but a new trend has popped its ugly head up. The donkey skin trade, which is just awful. Donkey slaughter has now been banned in Tanzania, but I know that this is an ongoing battle, and I know a lot of other African countries haven't banned it as yet. What role do you play in trying to get this awful practice banned?
Donkeys for Africa is a communication portal, and we have connections in 21 African countries and a lot of multiple connections in some countries, so we have quite a wide database. And we believe communication is a very valuable weapon against this. And we connect different countries and different organizations through our newsletter so that they can keep up to date with what's going on. They can find out how the problem is being tackled in other countries, where there are successes in banning or addressing the trade, where there are failures. So by creating that network, particularly across Africa, we try to enable organizations all over the continent to be proactive and to be very well informed.
Mm-hmm. And what can people that are listening to this interview, what can they do to help the donkeys out there and to bring awareness to this trade?
Become a donkey ambassador. That's what we always say. Visitors to the Donkey Sanctuary get to interact with donkeys. And if you've never interacted with a donkey, you have a wonderful treat waiting for you. Learn about them, even if you can't visit a donkey sanctuary. Learn about donkeys, do a little bit of homework, do a little bit of finding out, and become a voice for donkeys because they need good PR.
Yes.
They need people to talk about them and to make people aware that they are still a vital cog in the survival of many rural communities. The fact that you don't see them doesn't mean that they're not out there working very hard. And just generally become informed. And when you find people scoffing or saying, oh, you silly, you're just like a donkey, or you're just as stubborn as a donkey, speak up for them. This isn't correct. It's not accurate. They are very worthy creatures. They deserve respect, and they deserve to be handled like any sentient being. And this is where the skins trade comes in, because there's such terrible malpractices you cannot imagine. And the general thought is, oh, it's just a donkey.
Yeah.
But it's not. It is a donkey, and a donkey is a very, very sentient being. It has all the emotions, the fears, the terror, the pain that any living creature has, and they deserve to be treated with respect. And by being a spokesperson for donkey welfare, you can do your little bit. Also, find an equine welfare organization near you and support them. We all need a lot of support.
Well, thank you very much for your time today, Annemarie. We have loved having you. I personally love donkeys. I think they're amazing creatures, and they don't deserve the bad reputation they have. I think they are just amazing. So thank you so much for your time and for this wonderful information. And we hope you go from strength to strength.
Thank you very much. Can I just mention the website? If people would
Yes.
look at www.donkeysforafrica.org, the newsletter that has just gone up actually features Cart Horse Protection Association. So
We
wonderful
saw.
relationship. And there's a lot of information. There's a library, their newsletters. So be informed. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Annemarie, that was brilliant, and we really take our hats off to you for what you're doing. Going to McGregor to retire. Excuse me, and then and then taking on this mammoth task, and your passion and your commitment to the donkeys, and as you say, they are very special sentient beings and should absolutely be treated like that. And yeah, thank you so much for what you do, and lovely seeing you again. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you for what you guys are doing. Doing great. Thank you.
Oh, Karen, you're muted. Hang on, you were muted.
Oh dear.
Now you're unmuted.
There we go. I'm unmuted. Thank you once again for your commitment, Annemarie, and for the hardworking donkeys all around the world. You are absolutely incredible, and I'm absolutely in awe with you. Folks, up next, we will be showcasing one of our cart horse donkeys, which we actually don't see much of these days.
In the carting business, the lines between a good owner and a bad owner are not always clearly drawn, and never quite straight. But once in a while, a story plays out that reminds us why we do what we do. Inspector Diana Tritter received a phone call from a former Kati. His name? Reino Hendricks. He was on his way to go and work in the UAE as the manager of an international IT company. This would never have happened if it wasn't for an unassuming little donkey named Don Coyote. Reino, like many children, did not want to go to school. The idea of being part of a gang and being free to do as he liked seemed much more appealing to this 14-year-old. It is the stuff of nightmares for any parent. He was mixing with the wrong crowds and getting involved in the wrong things. His father did not know what to do about the situation because nothing he did could persuade his son otherwise. Being aware of Reino's love for horses and donkeys, he decided to buy Reino a donkey as a last act of desperation. Reino and Don Coyote had an instant bond, and he started collecting scrap. They did so successfully for the next few years. On a very rainy morning, when Katis don't normally go out to work, Reino says he just had a feeling that he should go out. So he and Don Coyote set out on the road. Someone called him over and said they had some things for him to take away, but they would like him to come back on another day when it wasn't raining. As the homeowner worked during the week, though, he would give Reino the money so long if he could come back during the week to do the work. He says he was so overwhelmed by the trust put in him that he decided that he would prove to these people that he could be trusted. He then came regularly to this same house, and one day, while he was loading up, the house owner started talking to him. He offered him a job as a packer in the IT company he owned. There wasn't always packing to do, and Reino started showing an interest in the work the rest of the people were doing. One co-worker took a special interest in him and set up an old laptop and set about teaching him to work it. When the boss came into the office and found him working behind the computer, he said that if Reino was interested in computers, he had to go back to school. So he paid for him to go to night school and finish his matric, which he duly did. One thing led to another, and soon he was working his way up through the ranks to where he is today. This young man showed tenacity and willingness, and now he is reaping the fruits. And all of this is thanks to one little donkey.
What a lovely story, Marika. And what special and hardworking sentient beings are donkeys. Just because they never complain, give their heart and soul to their owners, and as Annemarie said, does not mean that they do not feel, have emotions, or experience pain. In this insert, Don Coyote has clearly also saved a life.
I know. It makes me cry every time I hear that story.
That's very heartwarming.
But of course, as you know, we are not here just for fun and games, as much fun as we do have. We are also here to raise funds. Throughout lockdown, Cart Horse Protection has spent 130,425 Rand to help 99 owners feed 364 horses with 1,739 bales of oat hay. We would like to continue helping, but we cannot do it without your support. So, for 250 Rand, one horse will get 4 bales of oat hay, 2 bags of 10%, and a full set of shoes. So please consider donating. You can visit our website, and it'll give you all the different options to donate. You can donate through Give and Gain. You can donate through SnapScan, which is my favorite. It's an app on your phone. And yeah, we need your help, folks. Thank you.
And folks, don't forget to send us your contact details for your Section 18A certificate. And obviously, as the fundraisers, we would love to make contact and say thank you and yeah, just connect. But up next, join us down memory lane. In 2004, even Donkey from Shrek had a hoof in raising money for his cart horse buddies. Butler's Pizza had a Shrek promotion. Many of you might have seen the Help Donkey Help His Friends Shrek Juice promotion when you were given a Butler's Pizza menu at a traffic light or had one popped into your postbox. 1 whole rand from every Shrek juice sold was donated to Cart Horse Protection Association. This fantastic promotion raised a whopping 12,404 rand for Donkey's Friends. So if you know any business wanting to help us, you can see by the story that we've just told how far just 1 rand can go.
Even though Karen and I are working from home, the cats are still gallivanting around the office. So the staff that are still in the office send us some clips, and we've put them together to show you what the cats get up to. In our absence, life at the office does not stand still. Carl has been working hard in the garden, and Batman has given his stamp of approval to the new drinking spot. The cats have become a little bored, what with having no fundraising and admin work to do. But our farrier, Bonani, is keeping them on their toes. Even Slinky Malinky made a short appearance, just to show that she is still there. Oh, we miss the cats so much.
We do.
If you've missed any of our previous episodes, you are welcome to go to our website, click on the Coffee with Cart Horse tab, and all the previous episodes are there. Otherwise, you can go to our Facebook page or YouTube and just search for Cart Horse Protection Association, and all the previous episodes are there.
On that note, folks, please remember, as America says, to like and share our page. We need your support. And as always, as I say, no donation is ever too small or too big. Thank you for tuning in. Apologies for the connection issues. But until next Wednesday, be safe and take care. Bye, America.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
Karen.
Bye.